We have to be fast in training, especially when it comes to fear, aggression, and leash reactivity. That's why we need a marker or clicker. But what's the difference and what do we need for what? That's what we'll find out in this video. So if you're completely new to the word clicker or marker, this and this are clickers. A marker is something like yes, so a word. And both tell your dog that was right, you will get a reward. That's why we are so extremely fast with it. We can immediately set the marker whenever we see our dogs do something right and before they make a mistake. Like with leash reactivity, before our dog starts lunging, barking, growling, he does something like standing and watching, and that's right. So we can mark that. And we add the reward to tell our dogs that this was right, right? So we have to pair those two. That's also why a marker or a clicker always triggers positive emotions. That is what is so important for things like fear or fear-based leash reactivity. So most of aggressive behaviors, most of reactivity is based on fear. So the dog's afraid of whatever he's reacting towards. And that's a negative emotion. Now with our marker signal, we can add a positive emotion. That's super powerful. But that's where the similarities kind of end. A clicker is always the same sound. And you can have different ones. They are different sounds. One is louder than the other. So these boxed clickers are louder than these button clickers. Right? But that sound always stays the same. Whenever you use the same clicker, you have the same sound. And this sound is unemotional. So yes, it's connected to positive emotions, but it is not changing with our emotions. And since it's a sound and not a word, the dogs don't have to think about what that means. It's a little bit different how they are processed in the brain, right? I'll not get into details about it. It's just different. But that's what makes a clicker more precise than a marker word. The huge disadvantage, though, is that you have one more thing in your head, right? You have to coordinate the clicker, the leash, your dog, treats, things like that. So that can be a little bit more challenging. For a marker word, you cannot forget that. You cannot lose that, except if you lose your voice, of course. But usually you have your voice with you. So you always have that marker when you go out with your dog. The disadvantage is the advantage of the clicker, and that's that a word very easily changes with our emotions. So we sound different when we're happy than when we're sad. And that's what we have to watch out for. Good. 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 We have to keep our markers the same as much as possible. By the way, if you want to try a clicker, you will find my favorite clickers in the description, a loud one and a more quiet one. If your dog's noise sensitive, try it in a sleeve or on the pillow first to avoid startling your dog. And if you want to know how you can use the marker or a clicker for leash reactivity training, watch this.